Hey, what's going on YouTube? It's your boy DOAKABONDS Urban Tech Reviews with my official review of the Samsung Galaxy S7 Edge. Now, it's a 32 gigabyte, as you see. That's the only model they come in, is 32 gigabyte, and the silver titanium is the color. Now, I've already did my official unboxing, so if you haven't seen the official unboxing, you need to check that out. I'll see if I put the little link up there somewhere. But you see it says Samsung Galaxy S7 Edge. Packing contains Samsung Galaxy S7 Edge, which is the phone, pre-installed SIM card, wall charger, wall USB charger, stereo outlet, stereo headset, USB connector, quick reference guide, product safety and warranty brochure. So that's what it says the package includes. We just gonna hop in real quick, show you what comes in the box. My dog Callie in the background going bananas. Mailman probably trolling around the house somewhere, trying to drop off a package. So right here we get the the usual case that you get, and then in here we get your booklets and stuff, your usual booklets and stuff, and then you got your SIM tray opener, which is definitely a need for this phone. Put that back in there. See, I opened up a few things. So the charger is gone. Yeah, the charger and the cable's gone, but then you get this little connector right here, which definitely comes in handy. Definitely comes in handy. Let me tell you what this is. It's a USB connector that connects into your phone. So you plug this in. Say you bought a new phone. I'm gonna tell you what I did. I bought the Samsung Galaxy S7 Edge, and I had the Samsung Galaxy S7. So what I did was, I had all the information on my S7. So I plugged this part into my S7 Edge, bang, like that. Plugged it into my S7 Edge. Plugged the charger part, into here, and then put the other end of the charger into the S7. So what you can do is you can use, I think it's called smart something, So when you get into that, it'll transfer all your information from your old phone, which was my S7, onto my S7 Edge. So it took all my contacts, it took all my email accounts, it took all my apps that I had, everything. Even the passwords, my Wi-Fi passwords, to put everything on there. I did a video about that too. So check out that video, and I'll probably throw the link in there too for that. But check that out also. I don't want to take up too much time with that. But last but not least, in the package, just seem like it don't want to come out, but that's fine because we're gonna make it do what it do, is headphones. Now these headphones are not purple, they're not dark. They're just white, and the case has a 10 on it. I usually don't use the headphones, and I already have like 18th pair, so I didn't take them out the box. So if I go to sell this, then somebody get a fresh pair of headphones, And the only reason actually that I used the charger was because I already had, I needed a charger when I'm on the go, and then I got a charger plugged into my nightstand in the room, so I needed that. So that's all the stuff from the box. We no longer need the box for this review. Let me tell you more about the phone. Now, the phone will run you, I'm gonna break it down for you. I got mine from Verizon for the price of $792. So $792 from Verizon, you can get the S7 Edge. If you got Sprint, for $749. So Sprint, you're gonna save about 50 bucks almost going to Sprint. AT&T, you're gonna pay $825. So AT&T, you paying the most so far, and T-Mobile, you pay $779 for this phone. Now either way it go, it's a lot of money, so it doesn't matter who you get it from. You spending almost a band on the phone. Now I had the I had the Apple iPhone 6s Plus. I had that, and I was showing it to my mother, and she was like, well, how much something like that costs? I was like, you know, $1,000. My mom looked at me like she wanted to smack the shit out of me, like $1,000 for a phone. But that's, you gotta pay the cost to be the boss in this game. And I paid the cost. And I don't even have that phone no more. Funny. I traded it for an S7. So, like I said, if you want this phone, you want to spend a couple dollars unless you had an upgrade or something, you know, in the near future, and then you can use that. So, gonna spend a couple dollars. The colors that it come in is black onyx, which I had, my S7 was black onyx, and then you got silver titanium, which is the color that I have. Silver titanium, fingerprint magnet, but I cleaned it up a little bit before I put it on camera, you know. And then you get the gold platinum. Now, I wish I had, my wife was here, she got the gold platinum, and I could show y'all the gold platinum at the same time, but she's not here, so I can't show y'all that. And storage wise, it comes in the 32 gigabyte storage, which is expandable. So they brought back expandable storage, and that is right. And there you see that, that's your SIM card tray, and you pop that out, and your SD card can go in there also. So that's a plus, something that they brought back from, that they took away from the S6 series and stuff. So they brought it back for the S7 because I guess a lot of people complained about it, and you know, it happened. So that's all good. What else we got? It says it's expandable up to 200 gigabytes. I have a 128 gigabyte memory card inside of my phone, but they say it's really expandable up to 2 terabytes. But being that there's no 2 terabyte SD card, micro SD cards, you're not gonna be able to fit, you know, you can't use it to that capacity. You can only go up to 200 gigabytes. And like I said, I got 128 gigabytes. I'll show you that a little bit later. It has an IP68 rating, which means it is water resistant and dust resistant ingress protection. Dust resistant ingress protection. So basically you can dump this in water, you can drop it in the toilet, you can be out in the rain using your phone, and it's not gonna break. Everybody's seen the Lil Wayne commercial where, you know, he pouring champagne out and all that on the phone, and you know, talking to Max and drops it in the fishbowl and all that. Everybody's seen that. So that's basically what you could do with your phone if you wanted to, you know, try out the waterproof feature. Me, on the other hand, like I said, I'm your average consumer. I buy everything with my own cake. So I really ain't into waterproofing, trying out the waterproof unless it accidentally happens, you know what I mean? So it hasn't accidentally happened, so I have not tried out the waterproof feature. Moving along. 12 megapixel rear camera. That's that right there. 12 megapixel rear camera with a 5 megapixel front facing camera. Now, the camera on here is super dope. Super dope. Now, I thought when I had my iPhone 6s Plus, that camera was the best camera I ever came in contact with. That's what I believed. When I got this, it changed my mind. Let me show you something. Let me just open up the camera for you. It's facing me. I don't want it front facing. So like, this is just one of the best cameras that you'll ever see. Of course, you're not gonna get the full effect because, you know what I mean, where it's like going through a camera with a camera, you know what I mean, trying to check out the camera, but you're not gonna get the full effect of it. But let me see if I can show you a few pictures, you know, of something. I ain't got nothing, no nakeds in my phone or nothing like that. But that's let me see, I got the rotation off. I always keep the rotation off. That's a picture of a deer. You know what I mean? I was at the park, at the cemetery. Picture of a deer. You know what I mean? And picture of the wifey. And that's it. You know what I mean? I got a lot more on my memory card, but you're not gonna see them right now. So, camera on here is definitely TTG, train to go, dope. DAF, dope as fuck. You know what I mean? So you definitely gonna wanna use the camera feature. Fast wireless charging. It has the fast wireless charging where they say you can go from 0% to to 50% in 30 minutes to charge. So if you had no battery, absolutely drained, you got the red bar, you can't get nothing on the screen, you can't even turn it on, from 0 to 50% in 30 minutes. Which means you can go from 0 to 100% in an hour. See that simple math right there? 0 to 100% an hour, which is pretty decent, you know what I mean? Because you know, I go hard on my phones, you know what I mean? I'm on it all day, you know, especially at work when I'm bored. I'm sitting there, you know, tweeting and Instagramming and YouTube and then watching YouTube videos. I'm doing everything on this phone, and I put a hurt on phones, you know what I mean, on battery life. So I definitely test out battery lives on phones, test it out all the time, and this one right here is TTG. It's dope as fuck, ready to go, because this one right here is yet to fail me. Like I literally, I didn't test it out purposely, but I tested it out. I got to work 7 a.m. From 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. before I got in the red. 12 hours of continuous, not like the whole 12 hours I was on the phone, but I was on the phone heavy, like watching YouTube videos, heavy, because I was super bored that day. 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. 12 hours of heavy usage on this phone before I hit the red. That's dope as fuck right there, because you're not gonna find many phones on the market, you know, of this quality where you gonna go 12 hours of hard in the paint, waka flocka hard in the paint, without, you know what I mean, hitting the red. Dope as fuck right there. Now that is all possible with the 3600 milliamp battery that Samsung's put in there. It's the biggest battery that they ever put into a phone, even though it's the thinnest. This is the thinnest. S7 Edge is the thinnest device that they've ever put out on the market. So that right there shows that Samsung is just innovating, man. This is super thin, as you see. And, you know what I mean, you wouldn't think that this type of phone is this thin, has 3600 milliamp battery that's willing to go 12 hours of hard, you know, in the paintness. So you wouldn't think about that. But it does, and it does it well. 5.5 inch Quad HD Super AMOLED screen. Everybody know, if you ever get a Samsung phone, probably the last, up from, I think, the Note 4. I think the Note 4 might have started it. I might be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. But the AMOLED screens are dope as fuck. And ain't no screen on any other phone, any other device, better than the AMOLED screen. You're not gonna find nothing better than that. So don't even try. They killing the game with that. Dark photos will look great. Black backgrounds is the best for the AMOLED, you know, because they make it pop more. And black backgrounds help you save battery life. I found that out watching a YouTube video from one of my favorite YouTubers, Flossie Carter. I found that out. So black backgrounds help save your battery, and they work better with the AMOLED screens. Operating system is Android Marshmallow 6.0.1. Processor is the Qualcomm Snapdragon 820 quad-core processor. Now we're gonna get into some of the features in a minute, but I'm gonna talk about the size. The size of this phone. Now I wish I had my S7. I got rid of my S7, but I sold it. But the size of this phone right here is definitely dope. And when you compare it to the S7, I had the S7 and I was content with the S7 for about 30 seconds. Soon as I put the S7 in my hand, I traded this guy for it. As soon as I put the S7 in my hand, I didn't like it. It was too small. I got big hands. I'm a big dude. I got big hands. And the S7 was too small. Now, besides everything else, you know what I mean, was a go on the S7, because the S7 and S7 Edge is basically the same phone. But the size difference was like way too much for me. I couldn't deal with the size difference in the S7 and the S7 Edge. So definitely, if you're a big dude, you like bigger phones, don't get the S7, get the S7 Edge, because you're gonna do yourself a lot of justice being able to have that bigger phone in your hand, for sure. The power button placement is something that I don't like. Now, I might have mentioned this in other videos. I know I mentioned it with the S7 review, but the power button placement, to me, I just don't like it there. Not that I want it up top. I like it on the side, but I just feel like when I'm doing this, they're like my hand, if I'm pressing the volume, and I got the phone in my hand, I'm pressing the volume, I might press the power button. I just don't like it. It should have been either equal with the volume buttons, or way lower. which way lower might have been odd too. So it should have been equal with the power button. I mean, with the it should have been equal with the volume buttons, I feel. Speaker placement. The speaker placement right here is not bad at the bottom of the phone. You know what I mean? That's where a lot of phones put it. You know what I mean? A lot of people want the front facing speakers, but I don't mind the speaker being at the bottom. Now speaker quality, I would say speaker quality is kind of trash. For a phone that you pay you know, $700, $800, $900 for, the speaker is not great on this. Let me see if I could play something for you real quick. Let me see, let me go to music. Let's just play something for you real quick. It's just a random song.
Yeah, this nigga, hold on, I'm about to call right now because this nigga's still doing it. Hello? Jalissa.
I got a story.
That's a Tory Lanez joint. And we have full volume. You know what I mean? And like for an $800 phone, you would expect the volume to be a little better. It's not bad, but it has a muffled sound to it to me. It sounds real muffled. Don't really sound the greatest. So that's and I believe that it's like that. It sounds muffled because they had to waterproof it. Because you couldn't have, you know what I mean, it had to have that muffled sound probably to waterproof the phone. So it's the good and the bad. You know, you take it because would you rather have a non-waterproof device that sounds better sound quality, or would you rather have a little muffledness with waterproofing? So you take the good with the bad. Feeling in the hand, it feels great. Like I said, definitely slippery. This phone is definitely slippery. So throw a case on it. Got many cases. The rest of them downstairs. You know what I mean? I put the rest up, but definitely get you a case for this. You pay too much money for these damn phones to be breaking them and letting them slip out your hand and whatnot. Let me talk about TouchWiz. TouchWiz is the bloatware, you know, TouchWiz. The bloatware that comes with it is ridiculous. It's too much. It's too much. I know. I think the Nexuses have this. They're like the same build, like the same Android or whatever, without the bloatware. But the bloatware on here is like, there's so many. Verizon has their own bloatware that they put on the phone. So you got the Verizon bloatware, then you got the Samsung bloatware, you got that GoNandy, whatever, all them different apps that are just trash that I never use and I always disable. So that's what you want to do when you get in there and you get this phone. You might just want to disable some of them apps which give you faster, it'll make your phone a little faster. But I'm gonna just show you how to do that real quick. So you go to applications, you go to settings. Let me give you a little zoom. So you go into settings, go into applications, and then you go to application manager. So let me find you an app that I disabled, and you see the Amazon Kindle. Amazon Kindle is disabled. So you click that, and then you enable it. Well, I disabled it, so that's what you want to do. That's how you disable them bloatware apps. So it takes nothing, you know, no time to do it. So make sure you do it, and it'll be beneficial to you if you do it, definitely. Then we're gonna get into no good music listening app. Now I had this. It's called like the Black Player or something like that. And it's not really that great, you know, the UI is not really that great and nothing, you know what I mean? So I just used it because it was the best thing that I could find. Anybody else know any good music apps, then hit me up. And then it has nothing really to do with the phone. That's kind of an Android situation, but still, I'm gonna mention it because we doing that. No more removable battery, which they haven't had that in a few phones. I think the Note 4 might have been the last removable battery that they had, quote. And you know, like I said, if I'm wrong, then check me. You know what I mean? I might be wrong. I'm not 100% on that. But no more removable battery. So we got the unibody as usual. And I mean, I don't mind it. Usually I like to keep, you know, 2 batteries on deck because you never know. But with this phone, honestly, you might not need it. Honestly, I don't see a need for a second battery with this phone. If you need 2 batteries with this phone, you're doing way too much. You got way too much time on your hand. You need a job, you need a career, you need to do something, go to school or do something. Because there's no way, like I said, I went 12 hours. 12 hours of banging this phone like it was the baddest bitch on the block. And in 12 hours before it hit the red. And that right there is dope as fuck. So like I said, the removable battery thing ain't really nothing that I feel is something that, you know, is going to hinder anybody from purchasing this phone. And if it does, then you're missing out on something. No IR blaster. What you see up here, the IR blaster is gone. Yeah, the IR blaster is gone. I think the last phone with the IR blaster, because my wife had the Note 4, so I'm pretty sure the Note 4 was the last phone that had the IR blaster. Don't quote me, but if I'm wrong, check me, you know. Front and back made of glass, so that could be a plus or it could be a minus depending on, you know, who you are. I love it. It makes it, you know, a more beautiful device. You see this right here, man, we shining, baby. We shining. So I like that. I love it. Gorilla Glass on the front, glass on the back. Now we're gonna go over the always on feature. This is a new feature, new to Samsung. I think it's a dope feature. A lot of people are worried about it, but let me show you what it is. You see how this is on right now? This is called the always on feature. How my time's up here right now. You see it shows that I have 2 messages and it has the date and everything, your battery percentage on there too. So that's called the always on feature. Now this feature really is let me show you. So you get into the always on feature, you can go into your settings. See if I can zoom for y'all. Go into your settings, and then you go into I think display and wallpaper. Yeah, display and wallpaper. So you go into that, you see always on. So you click always on, and then it has some other stuff where it tells you select the image or information to show on the standby screen. This function can also be turned on and turned off via the quick settings panel. I don't think I have mine registered in the quick settings panel. Content to show. So there's 3 things you can show. You can show the clock, which I have. You can show a calendar, or you can show an image. Now I really didn't have no reason to put an image in there, so I didn't go image. And my calendar is pretty quick access, so I just kept it on the clock. Now if I put it on calendar, it's calendar to show, then calendar style. So there's 2 different styles. A calendar, you can choose that one, and you can choose this one. I kind of like that one. So say I chose that one, back out, turn my phone off, and then my calendar will pop up like that. So this is the always on feature. You can, like I said, you can put a picture here, or you can keep the time like I had it, or you can do the other one. So, damn, where the hell was it at? Oh, there we go. So, like I said, it's a hot feature, hot new feature. Samsung put it on the Samsung Galaxy S7 and the S7 Edge. It's on both phones, so either way, you gonna end up with that that feature you can turn on or turn off. I'm not gonna show an image because I don't feel like, well, maybe I think there's some images. Yeah, there's custom images that you can put on there, so I'll show you all that image, and then I'll turn my phone off, and then that's what you get. So when you go image, and you can also use a personal image, you know what I mean, like a image from your phone, your kids or something like that, you can use that. like I said, I like the clock, so I'm gonna keep the clock. Now when you go to clock styles, there's a whole bunch of different clock styles. I like this one. I think this one is the hottest. The second one up here, I just like the way it colors. And like the 10 is a different color than the 25. So the minutes and hours is different colors. I like that one, so I keep that one. And always on, you know, I mean, it shows you that, you know, you got the latest version or whatever like that. So always on is the dope feature. Now, the thing about the always on that people worry about, everybody say, you know, well, this is going to drain my battery because the clock's always on, or the picture's always on, or the calendar's always on. It's going to drain my battery. That is not true. And it's not true because the always on feature has a thing where if your phone's in your pocket, it's complete darkness, your phone's in your pocket, it's going to cut off. So let me try this. I'm going to put the case on, and there's a sensor. The sensors are up here. So if I put that over top, let me zoom out. If I put that over top of the phone, in a few seconds, it's going to turn off the always on feature. So when it's, like I said, it's dark, it's in your pocket, it's flipped over on the table, desk, or something like that, the always on feature is going to turn off. Now maybe it's not going to work because there's light getting through. I don't know. But that is let me try it with the box. You should be able to see it turn off. But like I said, it's not something that's going to burn through your phone battery. And one thing about it, you see, it dimmed. So really, it's still on, but it's really, really dim. So you really can't even see it right now. And it stays like that until it feels like, you know, it has to click back on. So they say it uses about 1% per hour, but if you flip your phone upside down or over on its face, like I said, if you had a desk or something, or it's in your pocket, it automatically cuts off to save battery. So like I said, it's not something that is still off, you know what I mean? And it's dim until I, you know, tap it or something like that and wake it up. So that's a dope feature right there. Dope as fuck that you're gonna need that one. So like I said, always on feature is definitely a TTG. Now we get into the Motion Plus. Motion Plus is the same as Apple's Live Photos. So they definitely stole a page from Apple's Live Photos, and I'm gonna show you that right here. If you go into the gallery, you see this picture of the deer, and there's usually like a little play button or something. But I think if you hold it in too, nah, not that one. Hold on, let me get into it. I think you might have to access it from the camera. But if I go into it like that, and you see the deer, there's a little play button right here. You click that play button, and it's like a little clip. You know what I mean? Just like Apple's Live Photos, it's the same thing. Samsung stole it, and I don't mind. You know what I mean? Because all y'all making millions and millions of dollars off of people like me with these phones, and I like features on one phone that should be on another phone. So I don't mind them stealing that feature. Like I said, the battery life on this is ridiculous. It's TTG straight out the box. With the let me tell you about when I had the F7, I was always next to a charger. And what that means is, by me saying that is, when I had the F7, I always had to have a charger next to me, because when I was at work, I'd be going from 7 a.m. to maybe 11 a.m. and I need to charge. I'd be down there close to the red. And that's doing the same things, the same stuff that I was doing on this phone that I went 7 to 7 from. I could only get about 3 to 4 hours of, you know, hardcore, hard in the paint, you know, stuff that I was doing on the phone. So that right there is just, and you know, the battery in this S7 is a 3000 milliamp. So this is a 3600. So I mean, it's more, but man, like I said, the way that this holds a charge compared to the S7, there's no comparison. There's no comparison. I'm telling you, I was app jumping, I was doing everything, man, and didn't hit the red. So that's definitely a plus. Show you multitasking. everybody knows Samsung does the multitasking, big on multitasking. So I'm gonna just show you real quick. I'm gonna give you one quick example. I'm on eBay all the time. So I'm on eBay shopping, looking for something hot, and I wanna check something out on Amazon too. Hold the back button. Hold on. Maybe it's this one. Yeah, there you go. So you hold the menu button, and then I can pick another app. Now there's a few apps in here that you can pick. You know what I mean? I'm gonna pick Amazon. So now I'm multitasking. Y'all see that? So now I'm multitasking because I got Amazon down here and I got eBay up here. So I can do them both. I can search the same product on both sites at the same time. So say I want to look up Manfrotto tripod. Manfrotto tripod. And then I see the Manfrotto tripod for $1.34. $1.34 down here on eBay. Then I look up Manfrotto down here. Manfrotto tripod. And the first one that pop up here is $59. So of course I'm gonna want to pay the $59 before I pay the one with $134 up here. So great multitasking. Again, with Samsung, they always on top of the multitasking. Dope right there, dope as fuck, straight out the box. Definitely something that, if you're a multitasker, something that is definitely good for you. If you're not a multitasker, then it's a feature you probably won't use much. If y'all didn't see it earlier, I did this thing right here, and it's called the double tap. It's called the double tap for the camera. Now this thing right here is dope. I'm gonna tell you what I like about it, tell you what I don't like about it. So right here, from anywhere, double tap, and it accesses the camera. You see the camera's up and rolling. See the camera's going. Now I can turn the phone off, and I can double tap right into the camera. So this is great for everybody want to catch them hood rats, catch them fights, catch, you know what I mean, you know, anything popping outside and you want to catch it real quick, double tap. Now that feature right there, you can turn on or off. It think straight out the box, it comes on. It's on straight out the box. I'm gonna show you how to turn it on or how to turn it off, depending on what you want to do with it. Let me find the camera real quick. There we go, the camera. And you go into your settings up here, and then this is where you can turn the motion photo off too. So I forgot to tell y'all that, where the motion photo, like the live photo from the iPhones, you can turn the motion photo on and off right there. But the quick launch, that's what it's called, the quick launch. Right there, you see it's on. That's how you double tap the home button, and it'll, you know, take you into your camera. So that right there, dope as fuck, out the box, ready to go. This is definitely a plus. I definitely feel it's a plus. I definitely love that feature, but I wish they would have went more in depth with the feature. Meaning, I wish they would have made it to where you can customize that feature, to where you didn't always have to use the double tap just to use the camera. You use the double tap to start your music app, or use the double tap to hop into something else. You know, why limit it to just the camera, when there's so many more options that you can use the double tap feature for? That's my personal opinion. I just felt they could have did more with it, but I'm definitely glad that they used it and they finally put it on there. In this day and age where, you know, everything happening out and about, you know, you never know what's gonna happen. You could be on the train, on the bus or something, somebody get the popping out and get popped in the mouth, and you want to be the one, you know, double clicking and you recording it right there. So it's a hot feature, definitely. So definitely utilize that feature. Fingerprint scanner. Let me get into the fingerprint scanner. Now, originally my Apple iPhone 6s Plus was the best fingerprint scanner, and I still think it is. So I'm not knocking this fingerprint scanner, but I put both pointer fingers in, both thumbs. Now we're gonna do a test right here. I'm gonna test all 4 fingers. Open with the pointer, right pointer. This is gonna be hard to do it like that, so I'm gonna have to do it like that. Right thumb, open. Left pointer, open. Left thumb, no. It does not like my left thumb. Now I might just have to redo it, but for some odd reason my left thumb is super hard to open this phone. Look at that. And I know it's in there, but it does not like my left thumb. So let me just show you that my left thumb is actually in there. Let me go to lock screen security, fingerprints, and you said right thumb. It says right thumb to right pointer. Look, oh shit, my thumb ain't in there. That's what I want. So I gotta take that back. I gotta take that back. Damn, why wouldn't I put my left thumb in there? So I gotta take that back. I messed up. I thought my left thumb was in there. It is not in there. So that's why my left thumb would never work when I tried to unlock it with my left thumb. Wow, that's crazy. But I guess I see how you learn something. You just gotta check it. I never checked it. I just always assumed that my left thumb was in there. All right. So we're gonna move on to the next thing. The edge function. Now, I thought I would be more, I'd use this function more, but I tend not to use it at all. And that's craziness. Right here, if you can see right here, you see this, there's a little yellow like a tab right here, and there's a white tab. The yellow tab, you slide over, if it works. The yellow tab is my wife. So she's left me a message. She's probably been messaging me like crazy, but I'm, you know, doing the video, so I couldn't do nothing. So, but then the white tab, there, is the app's edge. So you start with the app's edge where you can customize it and put different things into the app's edge and stuff like that. So you see I got contacts, email, you got the phone, gallery, my files, clock, calendar, calculator, eBay, and Amazon. That's probably the most things that I use, you know, need quick. But that's all customizable. You can change all those out. Now you move over to tasks edge, and that's like stuff that you can do. So I could take a selfie, create a contact, use a timer, create an event, create a task, take pictures, compose the email, add an alarm, view my recent phone log, and create a memo. I can honestly say I've never used the task edge. I've never used anything in here. I customized it, you know, just to customize it in case I wanted to use it, but I haven't found use for it yet. So the task edge is something that I'm, you know, a little shaky about so far. Haven't used it yet. Moving on, people's edge. This is where you put your favorite people. So I got my brother, my son, my mother, my wife, and my other son. My third son, he don't have a phone, so I didn't put him in there yet. But what I got, 5 in here. I don't know if you can put more in here. I got 5 so far. I don't know what I just did, but I got 5 so far, and I use this every now and again. You know what I mean? It's a hot thing to have. I use it every now and again. Again, this is customizable. And then if you can see, my brother's purple, my son's blue, my mom is like a teal, my wife is yellow, and my other son is orange. So what that means is when my phone is flipped over on the face, if one of them was to call me or text me, then I would get like whatever color they are, that would pop up on the side of the phone. So if it was flipped over, you see like this little orange glow if it was my son, you know what I mean, who texted me or called me or something like that. So that's a hot feature. That's definitely a hot feature right there as far as the people's edge. So I give people's edge a plus because I like the people's edge. Now Yahoo Sports is something that I put. You see my Spurs lost, but the Penguins won. Pirates and Reds got canceled, and they still got Broncos and Steelers on there, so they need to take that off because I'm just tired of seeing that right there. But this is something you can customize, you know, Yahoo Sports. If you're into sports or whatever like that, you can activate it. If you're not into sports, then don't worry about it. Calendar right here, I don't never use the calendar because my calendar is, if I'm at my home screen, I scroll to the left and my calendar's here. My calendar's here, so I never really use that calendar right there. So I might have to, you know, change that out. Weather, always hot to have the weather, but again, weather is on the home screen up here. So like maybe if I want to look at the forecast for the next few days or something like that, or the high and the low, I could check that out. But it's not really something that really need. Another one is the playoffs right here, where it shows you all the NBA playoffs, 2016 playoffs. And this is something dope to have, you know what I mean? But I have the ESPN app too, so it pops up. I get the notifications all the time. So, can't say that I use it 100% of the time. Data usage, there's a widget for this. So, I really don't use that all the time. And, you know, we get into, you scroll this way, and my data usage was right here. So, you know what I mean? There's not really a need to go into the, you know, the edge function to look at the widget. I mean, the edge function to look at my data usage when my widget is right here. And it said it ain't been used since May 1st. And I don't even think I used it then. Another one is the RAM usage. I never really used that, but I just put it on. I put a lot of stuff on the edge just, you know, because I wanted to put it on the edge, and you see it's building right here, but I don't really necessarily get into that. So we back to the app's edge, and like I said, all this is customizable. You can go and customize all your panels right here, where you can put them in order where you want them to come. There's a whole bunch more that I don't even use. You can go into the edge panel settings where you can change the position to where you can put it on the right side or the left side. This little tab, you can put it on the right side or the left side. The size, you can make it small. You can make the tab large or small. I made mine small. And then the transparency, you can have it to where it's really dark, or you can have it to where it's invisible, to where you just know that it's there and you don't actually have to see it. So that's kind of hot. You can download more stuff in there. So, you know, Samsung always has all this extra stuff that you can download. So always extra, always a whole bunch of different stuff. You can add a whole bunch of different things. One thing I didn't like about this is that, yeah, they have a whole bunch of apps, edges and stuff like that, but you gotta pay for them. Like, message panel for the S7 Edge or S6 Edge, it's $1.50. Like, and granted, it's $1.50. It's not like big bucks or nothing like that, but I paid $800 for a phone. I don't want to have to pay for every little feature to make that phone, you know, work at what it's supposed to work at. $1.50. Don't want to pay for that music panel, $1.50. Multi-window panel, $1.50. Color note panel, $1.50. Notification panel, $1.50. You know what I mean? And shortcut panel, $1.50. Quick setting panel, $1.50. Call log panel, $1.50. File manager panel for S6, S7, $1.50. You know what I mean? It just goes on. So before you know it, you didn't spend $50 in just app panels, which I think is bullshit. You know what I mean? So definitely don't. I haven't purchased any, and I'm not going to purchase any because I just think it's bullshit that you should have to purchase the app panels that come with the phone. I think they should all come, and you should download what you want to download, but you shouldn't have to pay $1.50 for, you know, app's edge. I just think it's bullshit. But that's my opinion. Some people might not mind paying that. I don't want to pay it. I'm not paying that. I'm not paying anything extra for any app's edge. Moving on. I didn't originally like that this came in only the 32GB model instead of adding a 32 and a 64 and maybe a 128. You know what I mean? I thought they should have did that, but being that they expanded the memory to, you know, 2 terabytes or whatever, then I guess that's kind of minute and don't really make any difference either way. One thing that I also didn't like about this is I used the night clock feature. Now the night clock feature is a feature that at night this whole thing lights up and it tells you the time and stuff like that. It's kind of like an alarm clock. You know what I mean? It's like this is what happens, but it's the alarm clock on there. So I use that feature and I turned it on. But one thing that I noticed is when you turn the night clock feature on, it turns off your always on display. I didn't like that. I thought they should have both ran concurrently. I don't know why, you know, they would make it to where when that's on that this turns off. But I noticed that. So if you wonder, if you turn on the night clock feature and then you know what I mean, you see that your always on is disappeared, you know what I mean, then you know why. Now I turn on the night clock from certain times, I think from like 12 p.m. to 6 a.m. So that's only 6 hours where I don't actually see that, but I'm usually, you know, sleeping or chilling at that time, so I don't really care about that anyway. But it's just something I want to put out there so everybody would know that, you know, yeah, always on didn't just disappear. If you turn the night clock on, it's going to disappear. It's not going to be able to use it. The IR blaster that I mentioned earlier is not really a big deal. I mean, I didn't use it too much anyway when I had my, I think Note Edge. I think it was on the Note Edge. I didn't use it that much anyway. You know, it was handy to have. So, not saying that they should have took it away and I didn't care, because they should have kept it just because it's a handy thing to have, you know, in case you can't find your remote and you just pull out your phone, whip out your phone, wop, 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 you know what I mean, start turning the channel and you good. And the same like when you be at the hospital or something like that with your people and, you know what I mean, they got some bullshit on the hospital screen and, you know, on the TV and you want to watch Maury. Boom, turn on Maury and you can watch Maury, you know what I mean, and everybody like, oh, who turned the channel, you know what I mean. So that's just something that I felt it shouldn't have been taken out the phone. Either way though, it's not going, it didn't, you know, deter me from buying the phone. I went into speaker quality. I talked about that. The weight difference in between the S7 and the S7 Edge is for it to be a bigger phone, it actually feels lighter than the S7, but that, you know, like I said, this is all my personal, my opinion. I just feel that it feels lighter. I don't actually know the actual weight. I didn't look it up because I didn't really care about it. And I think this might be one of the last things that I get into is this kind of unresponsive. And what I mean by when I say unresponsive, I mean when I turn my phone on and say I'm texting, right here, and I'm texting my wife, and I'm holding the phone like this. Now you see how my palm goes over top of the screen, you know what I mean? So where it's basically resting on the screen. So when it was like that, damn, what's going on? When it was like that, sometimes your phone becomes unresponsive, and it's not doing it right now, but like it would be the same as if I was holding right here, I was holding that, and then I try to type something, and you know it's not working right now, of course, because it wants to make me look stupid, but it would make the screen unresponsive when I hold it like this. Now the way to defeat that and the way to beat that is that right there. You just throw a case on it. That's the quick and easy way to defeat that. Is you just throw a case on there, and then you don't have to worry about, you know what I mean, your hands, you know, your hand fat reaching over and messing up to where you can't type and you can't do anything. But let me see. I don't know if there's anything else I want to get into about the phone. Oh, widgets. Samsung always got widgets. This is nothing new. You know what I mean? Let me take the case off until the end of the review. Samsung always got widgets. Love their widgets. Way better than Apple widgets. Now what a widget is you hold this right here. Oh, let me show you this. Let me show you this first. This right here is a widget. This right here. This is my data widget. So what you do it, well, I'm gonna show you something else. I want to show you my bank account. But this right here is a widget also. All these are widgets. All these little things right here are widgets. And what you do is, I think you double tap. No. Oh, no. See? I'm thinking the old way. What you do is to get the widget, you pinch the screen. You pinch the screen. And when you pinch the screen, you get this little menu up down here. And it says wallpaper, widgets, themes, grid, screen grid, whatever. Now, a widget is like that. You click the widget and say I wanted to add a music player widget, which is my music player right here. There's two different kind. You can select, actually there's four. There's a 1x1, there's a 4x2, 4x1, and 4x1. Now this is a 4x1 classic, and this is the different one. So say that's what I wanted this one. I hold it down and I just hold on to the edge, and it's gonna keep going, and I'm gonna open up a brand new one and drop it in there. So that's a widget. So instead of me having to go into the app, I just go all the way here and listen to Tory Lanez. And that's hot right there. That's dope. Same with this right here. It's an app for the notepad. So I got a couple of things I want to look up quick right there instead of me having to go look for that app. Same with my bank account. I don't want to show y'all that. Same with the health app, Google. This is like a little app up here. It's like another little app up here. My bad, Tori, I had to cut you out, bro. But same up here, you can go into your Verizon account. You see my battery life. You see my storage life, or my storage, your help, and you can get info in there. All of these are widgets. This is a flashlight widget. If you got this phone or a phone like this, get this app right here. This is a widget right here. And you see this is what the app the widget looks like. So if I click the widget, let me zoom out. If I click the widget, right here, it's gonna turn my flashlight on. You see the flashlights on. That's the widget. Now, if I go into my apps and I go to that same app right here, where this is the actual app. It might look like the widget, but it's the app. And you click that, it opens up the feature. It opens up all of this to where you can turn it on and turn it off. But from the widget, you don't get all that. From the widget, you just get it turned on. You know what I mean? Turn on and off. That's what you want. That's a widget right there. Same with the themes and stuff like that. If you get into the themes, this is a widget right here. This whole calendar is a widget. You know, because it's I can click the calendar. I can go into my apps and click the calendar right here and go into it. But why do all that when I can start from my home screen, scroll to the left or right or whatever, and I can go into my calendar right here. Something dope, you know what I mean, that I think everybody should utilize. I definitely utilize it all the time. I definitely use my my widgets, because I think widgets are like, it was one of the features that keep me wanting a Samsung phone. Everybody like, oh, well, why did you get an Apple? I had an Apple because I just wanted to try something different, because I had Samsung for years, and I was like, well, let me try something different so I'm not totally biased. So I got the Apple, and I went from, I had an Apple, I had an iPhone back in the day. It was one of them smaller ones. I had an Apple. And then, you know, recently I had the, my son got the 5C. My father-in-law he had the 5C. My older son got the S6. I mean the iPhone 6. I had the iPhone 6 Plus. Then I got the iPhone 6S Plus. So you know what I mean. My family, I've been around iPhones. I know what they about, and they don't do a lot of the things that these phones do. And first, customization on an iPhone has no comparison to customization on a Samsung phone. Like, you can do so much stuff on this phone that, like, it could be overwhelming to some people, and that's why a lot of people are kind of turned off by these phones. It's too much to do. So my mom is in the business of getting a new phone, and I told her, you know, you should just get an iPhone, because iPhones are basic and there's not really too much settings that you're going to get into to where you're going to be lost and not know what to do. You know what I mean? So I told my mother to get an iPhone. Probably going to get her an iPhone. So that would be, you know what I mean, for the basic person, stay away from this. If you just want a basic phone, but a basic phone that you can be up to date and, you know, be on everything and still, you know, be in the mix, get an iPhone. You know what I mean? Definitely get an iPhone. But if you want to be able to customize everything, you want to do widgets, you want to do a lot of multitasking, you want to be able to get into the phone, you want to be able to, you know, have expendable memory, you want to be able to do all that other stuff, definitely get you a Samsung or get you an Android. I kind of recommend Samsung. I haven't had no Nexuses. I haven't had any other Android devices. I just mess with Samsung because I think Samsung is at the top of the list. But a lot of people will challenge that. A lot of people like, you know, Nexuses. I think because Nexus has the same Android software but without the bloatware, and it's kind of like basic Android but up to date basic Android. I don't know how to explain it, but man, I think I gave y'all a lot on this video. I think I covered everything that I wanted to cover. But front to back, the design on this, flawless, beautiful. Let me show you the front facing camera just to show you how good that looks. You see, this is what we looking like right now. This is what we looking like doing our review. And you see, you know what I mean? In my son's room, of course, as usual. But this is what it looks like when we're doing a review. It's hot, man. Like I said, this phone is definitely hot. The camera's hot. Everything on this phone is hot. Oh yeah, and let me give you little things about the camera. Camera, they had a lot more modes. Now you see right here, you got auto mode, you got pro mode. Pro mode is for people who know how to, you know, change aperture. You know how to do all that white balance and ISO balance and all that stuff. If you know how to do that and you're really a pro with that type of stuff, then pro mode is what you want to use. They have selective focus, and selective focus is, let's bring out this box right here. Selective focus is if I want to get, I'm not really getting that big a depth. Let me put something else in there. So I got the wallet, and say I wanted the wallet in here to be, you know, to be straight, and I wanted everything else to be blurry. So you could tap the wallet, and then it should blur everything else. Now it's not really gonna do it because I don't really have that big a depth of field to really do it. But that's something you can do. Panorama. Everybody know what panorama is. You can get the whole room. Video collage, and that's just putting a whole bunch of videos in one. You can live broadcast straight from there. Slow motion videos, a virtual shot video. For all you dudes all you people that be, you know, taking pictures of your food. You got a food joint right here. You got hyperlapse, sports. Now that, after the hyperlapse is the last one that comes on here. All these next ones are ones that I downloaded, and you can download them free. You see this download button right here, you can download them free. Now you can download the sports one, so if you got your kids out there playing soccer, football, basketball, something like that, and you want to get them in, you know, take a picture of them, hockey too, whatever, and you know, want to take a picture of them, use that one. You get to shoot continuous shots instead of just one, instead of one just little shot. Shoot continuous shots. Surround shot. You got dual camera. Dual camera's hot. Let me show you that real quick. I like dual camera, and I downloaded it for that reason. And you see right here, this is the front facing camera's on, and then the back camera's on at the same time. So that's a dope feature to have right here. I love that. They had it on, I know it was on the Note Edge because I had it on my Note Edge too. It was a dope feature to have, and I loved it. I still love it. You got animated GIF, beauty face, and rear cam selfie. So a lot of different little things that you can get into there. I didn't get into the camera about the megapixels and stuff like that. So the picture size you see is at 12 megapixel. You can drop down to 6.2 megapixel, 9.1 megapixel, 3.7 megapixel, 9.1 megapixel, and 4.7 megapixel. So you can go from 4032 by 3024, which is full HD. You can do that, and you know, that's dope right there. So you can drop it all the way down to 2160 by 2160. Now that's your pictures and stuff like that. You always know you can turn the flash on, camera on, stuff like that. Now if you get into the video settings, the video, you can go full HD, which is 1920 by 1080. You can go HD, which is 1280 by 720, or you can go VGA, which is 640 by 480. You know what I mean? You can do those. You can go Ultra HD too, but Ultra HD is 4K. If you want to be shooting in 4K, then that's, you know, something that you can do. I don't shoot in 4K on my phone. I usually just use the full HD because I feel like, you know, full HD is nice, but you know, you're not gonna get that quality playback when you know not using a 4K device. You can turn your location tags on. Maybe it didn't open up all the features because my phone's not unlocked. Let me try that now. Let me go back into my camera, go back into the settings. Oh no, it's still not there. Yeah, whatever, I ain't worried about it. But like I said, a lot of features on this phone that are hot. A lot of things that you can do on this phone that are hot. Shooting mode, front, you can, you know, change all of that. You can use it to where I think you can make your phone take pictures just from your voice. Definitely what you, oh, this is what, definitely what you want to do is when you first get your phone, if you get an SD card, take and go to storage location in the camera, and you want to go into there and you want to put it on SD, because then you want all your pictures saved to your SD card and not saved to your phone. You know what I mean? That's just what you want. It's better. Another thing that I loved on here that you don't find on a lot of phones is the shutter sound. You know what I mean? Because you know how you be on the bus or something like that, and you be wanting to take a picture of somebody looking ratchet or some cheeks is out or something like that, and you don't want them to hear, you know, you don't want them to hear that. So you could turn the shutter sound off. Super dope. Dope as fuck. Straight out the box. You know what I mean? Well, no, actually you have to turn that off because it was on. I remember it was on because I tried to take a picture and it was like, and I was like, oh, you know what I mean? So you can turn that off. Definitely turn that off. Don't keep that on. And you see right here, now you got the little, now I just recently put in a new memory card and I didn't redo that, so that's why it was on my phone and not the sound, my SD card. But you see now you get that little SD card up there, and that shows you that when you take pictures, videos, whatnot, it's gonna go straight to your card and not on your phone. So that's what I want. Let me show you, is there anything else that I want to show you on here? Tons and tons of apps that you can use on here. If you got Netflix, Hulu Plus, something like that, definitely a good thing to watch. You know what I mean? You can watch them on here. Looks beautiful on here. All your games, you know, Temple Run, if you play those. Tetris, you know, Tonk, anybody play Tonk, you get that work. They play great on here, flawlessly. I always recommend getting Where's My Droid, because that's an app to where, you know, you lose your phone, somebody steal your phone, you can shut down, wipe your phone out, all from just that app. And I know I'm getting off the phone, I'm talking about apps and stuff like that, but I just want to make sure that I tell everybody everything I want to tell them. But like this is bloatware. You know, just play movies and all that type of shit. That's like bloatware. That Drive, I never use none of that stuff. And I use Gmail, I use Google, I use Chrome, I use YouTube, I use the maps, and I haven't used Android Pay yet. I don't even use that Photos app right there. You know what I mean? But that's what I'm talking about by like bloatware and shit that you don't need in your phone. There's more in here, but I deleted a lot of bloatware that was in my Samsung thing. Verizon, tons of bloatware in the Verizon. I use Message Plus though. I actually like Message Plus better than the regular messaging app. Verizon Navigator, use that, you know, so it's all up to you how you customize your phone. But like I said, this phone is 100% TTG, trained to go, dope as fuck, straight out the box. So if you like this video, I know it was long, I appreciate y'all hanging out with the kid and rocking with me for as long as we rocked. I appreciate that, for real. You like the video, click that thumbs up. You didn't like the video, click the thumbs down. You ain't gonna hurt my feelings, believe me. But subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed. I'll throw a link in the description No, I won't. No, I won't. I'm not gonna throw a link in the description about the phone, because if you want to get this phone, you'll know where to get it from. And I ain't gonna be able to tell you where to get no discount at it. So wherever you can find it, that's where you look and you'll get that phone. Hit me up on any one of my social media sites. I'm on Facebook, Twitter, Foursquare, the Gram, Tumblr. Email me, leave a comment in the comment section, do whatever, you know what I mean. I'll get back to you whenever I can, which is probably soon, because everything is linked into my phone, so I'll get that ASAP. But it's your boy DOAKABONDS, man, signing out. Holla at your boy the next time. We out of here, baby. Deuces.